If you go into this report here, you can just go and click here on the 7.5 trillion giant. What's happening is there's $7.5 trillion sitting in what we just refer to as money market funds, MMFs. People will soon start talking about this. Once our reports go around and people hear about it and understand what's going on here, I'm just going to dumb it down. We reckon a lot of that money is going to flow into altcoins. If 1% flow in, you're going to have a run, only 1%. If 10% flow in, I don't even talk about what if more than 20% flows in, because it will blow you away what can potentially happen. Remember, I always said I can smell it, I can see it. Some coins are going to do 50,000%. SLP, 20,000%. Gala, huge. Go and have a look. In 1999, we had the dot-com boom. The money market funds were only 1.3 trillion. Now, that's a lot of money in 1999. Today, it's it's soon going to be about 8 trillion. The next release is somewhere here in December, 10, 11, September, where they're going to tell us how much money is sitting there. Now, first of all, you need to understand that Donald Trump is going to come out next year. He's literally going to let Jerome Powell go. He's going to say, out of here, gone. Then what's going to happen is Donald Trump's going to put his own man in there as the Fed chair. They're going to lower interest rates. When they lower interest rates, the money that is lying in the money market funds earn 1% to 3%. Now it's going to go even lower, 0.5 maybe to 1%. I'm just giving an average now, you know. I don't know what people get. There's different levels for different, money, depending on where they put it in, when they put it in. So these people are going to say, but listen, this is really bad. Why make 1%? Can we put our money in stocks? Rather take it out here and put it in stocks. You cannot put it in stocks. You know why? Stocks are way too high. They're overpriced. So they've got a bigger chance to lose that money. They're not going to put it in there. Remember, they rather take a small percentage because they manage their risk. But the inflation is eating that money up. So they have to do something. Then they're going to say, can we put it in property? They can't. Properties are too high. Look what happened with properties. Unless you go and you bring property market down and then buy the properties. But then you still have to rent them out. You fight with the fact that property prices come down. That means rent goes down too. Okay, so properties, no. Can they buy gold? No, they missed it. They should have put the 8 trillion in gold a long time ago. Gold's already gone up to 4,000. Can they put it in silver? Yes, they can. Okay, think about this now. Where else do you think can they put the money in? There's only one avenue, guys, the altcoins. There's only one avenue. I tell you now, the altcoins. What's going to happen is they're going to look at the top 10, 20, 30 altcoins. Bitcoin excluded. Bitcoin has stopped. They know that. It's going to flow into Ethereum. Some will most likely probably go into Bitcoin long term. But you're going to find Ethereum. And then you have to go and have a look at coin market cap for the top 100. It's going to flow into those. And then it will trickle down into several altcoins, the good names or the coins that are moving. And you're going to see an explosion in the altcoins. Now, what happens here, remember I said the chart patterns will break up differently, but here is the other thing that does not break. When the top 100 altcoins move, what happens with the coins here, the other, which we refer to the others? Remember what I told you. Look there. When the top 100 altcoins move and the money market funds move into them, the others are going to explode in value. That's where your 50,000% in some of these coins are going to start appearing. Now I'm going to bring it back to 1999. Same happened here. The Fed lowered interest rates. I went and did a study on that. And we had the dot-com boom. People made millions. 2004, the credit expansion, the Fed rate cuts, 2.2 trillion. Fed lowered interest rates. What happened? A housing boom. Can you remember how hot the market was at that point? In New Zealand, for example, you could buy a property for 200,000 and then tell the agent, I'm going to settle in 60 days. Then you put it back in the market and sell it for 220. And remember, in New Zealand, you don't pay stamp duty, so you can do it. And then during that period, in 30 days, you would sell it. Somebody's going to buy 220, and you've got a double hop on the closing contract. So I spend no money. So what happens, the lawyer takes this money, he settles the property, and he settles my property. And all I did is I just collect a check of 20,000. How many people have done that? Thousands all around the world during 2004. In 2010, now I was there, .com, I was there. I saw that. I witnessed it with my own eyes. 2010, I was there. 2008 financial crisis, $3.9 trillion. What did Obama do? Lowered interest rates, started quantitative easing. What happened? Equities, bonds, commodities, everything went upwards. And eventually that money went into, some of that money went into Bitcoin. Why do you think that Bitcoin go from 0 in 2008 to a high point there? Why do you think it's certain coins do 40,000%, 280,000%? Where do you think that that come from? Many people miss this. Where did this come from? From Obama, from 2008. That is why this happened here. Guess what now? 7.5 trillion. You sit with Donald Trump, who's an angry guy. He's angry with the banksters. He's angry with people that is blocking him. He's angry with the Fed that doesn't want to lower interest rates. He's angry because they don't want to do QE. And all hell is going to break loose when that man puts a different Fed chair in and he fires Jerome Powell. Mark my words here, guys. You're going to see in 2025, they're going to lower interest rates. History is going to repeat, and Donald Trump's going to be in charge. Now, for a short period of time, they're going to block him. Mark my words here. They're going to block him, okay, because they don't want you to make money, don't want me to make money, and they don't want Donald Trump to look good. Once you understand this, and forget about the fact if you like Trump or not. Many people do, many people don't, and I don't care about your opinion. All I'm caring about here is to put that dollar in your pocket. And I want you just to listen here clearly. When this comes in and Jerome Powell is out, look what's going to happen. QE is going to go into oblivion. They're going to print money out of thin air because Donald Trump is angry mentally, okay, with everything that's going around. I'm saying it in a nice way, okay? He's angry. He's upset. He's had it. Let's say another word is I've had it with these people. What's going to happen is you now talk about a storm here, quantitative easing, lowering interest rates, money market funds gets annihilated, the money comes out, and then they're going to borrow more money. The debt in America, I've said it all along, is going to go to 120 trillion. It's not going to happen under Donald Trump, but eventually it does go up way. They're going to have to borrow more money. Now remember, Donald Trump also understands that even if you have $40 trillion worth of debt, if you have hyperinflation, hyperbolic hyperinflation, that's how you eat up your borrowing or your debt. The debt is not a problem really. So they can go into QE and print it into oblivion. Where do you think is that money going to go into? Bond market is already pricing in a multiple rate cut. 5 years, 5 years. This is 6 years. This is 15 years. Guys, we are overdue. You sit with a guy in office, and remember, this should have happened actually under Donald Trump when this was about, I think it was 5.2. Remember, we were talking briefly about that, the 5.2. And then Donald Trump lost the last election, and that's why you've got this gap here. I think Donald Trump's going to release hell on the financial institutions here, and the altcoins are going to go, you're going to see that 40, 50,000% move.